Good afternoon, good evening. My name is the Lantern Carrier, meaning someone who carries light. And I am a creative writer and poet. I have published 3 books, and my poems are primarily about inspiration, motivation, spirituality. I write predominantly to inspire souls. From a mystical standpoint, I feel that all human beings are souls. And so sometimes I put myself in the mood of the soul, if you like, so to speak, whatever the soul is expressing, that is to say longing or despair or sadness. Not that I'm necessarily experiencing it, but it's a common experience for souls. And so I try to put something out there so that someone in the audience may benefit from what I'm saying. My first poem is called Give, You Will Ascend to Love. A good mother will show concern for a lifetime. Do a kind deed for a patient, and it will be as important as her own recovery. Give unconditionally to the impoverished, and your joys will increase. A tree, when it is laden, lives by offering its fruits to mankind. Soulful self-giving is its secret of happiness. It is through love that we manifest light. When others receive with gratitude, the inner beauty resonates and glows in silence. Be grateful to the one you serve, for she is giving you an opportunity for inner development. It is in giving that we receive the love which whispers to the heart. This alleviates struggle, tugging at the songbird of the soul. Before you fall, and fall you will, learn to fall softly, like dew, like snowflakes, knowing that as seasons do, you will surely rise again. Second poem is a bit different. It's called A Courtesan. They say I'm a courtesan, but what about those who give gold and expensive trinkets for my services? Am I less human? Are they so undefiled that they have the right to solicit violations on my dignity and self-respect? They seek pleasurable deeds, which can only leave me unsanctified, with pain in my soul. Maybe some Romans were callous, uncaring, lust-driven humans of outer affluence. Perhaps they took advantage of the downtrodden and oppressed. Perchance in the Garden of Eden, a zealot painted me red with an apple of scars that even today still need to be removed from the corridors of shadows in men's souls. I am a strand from the harp of the melody which we are, all struggling for meaning in this dense fog of shadows. I adorn myself with the robe of survival, which, although colored in scarlet, allows me to endure, strive for the pinnacle of excellence. I am a rose and the sweet scent from which all garlands came. And yes, thorns do linger like leeches, but will inevitably be burnt by a cauldron of fire in my soul. I am the dawn walking upon the lap of another glorious sunrise, and even though my precursor undresses the darkness to rebuke my spirit, light has anointed the heavens with twinkling stars. You may weep for me, but keep your thoughts sacred. Enslave me not with emptiness like the emperor does, but let your tears kiss my heart with empathy and compassion, ringing bells for its victory, chanting praises to the glories of love. The next poem is called Self-Portrait, and it's a kind of tracing of the journey of the soul. Light dances, your bewildering eyes ascending to a nameless void. I'm enamored by your silence, the radiant glint in your smile, that supernal gaze in communion with the sweetness of the unspoken. I scan for a breath not visible. Somehow I know you've gone beyond this mortal coil as the eyes flicker, and yet it is still yours to command. Slowly you return to the bodily temple and smile, even as I swoon in delight, receptive to the gift of inner stillness. For centuries, great emperors were bewitched by your beauty. They fell trying to put you in fetters, to grasp at the blue rays of your charisma, not knowing that like the phoenix unencumbered in the timelessness of cosmic space, you cannot be bound by your own creation. You are the singer and the song, the perched bird growing its feathers so as to fly in the celestial vastness of infinity. Some put needles in their veins in search of you, while many wallow in the abyss of loneliness and fear, grasping in the darkness, unconsciously spiraling towards thy light. You're with me, speaking, yet silent, visible, not visible. I cup my hands in prayer as you laugh with the willow, sing arias with the nightingales, satisfy a lover's fallen heart with the wafts of lavenders and roses. Where are you not? Even the radiance of the sun and moons glimmer in thy name. You're in the breeze and the naivety of a child's heart. You sustain me on the battlefield of life, shed copious tears in the hearts of the downtrodden. You fly across the horizon on song bearers, hide in the indigo of rainbows, even as the butterfly flaps its golden wings to your symphonies. For you are me and I am you. I am the seeker and the sought is seeking me. I am the roaring lion, but the lioness is within me, reducing my turbulence so I can land safely on my own airstrip of inner solitude. I am the small puddle merging into a stream of living water, an Amazon to your great ocean of the unknown. I am a raindrop falling from a sky I fail to recognize as you, until the river takes me to a source where I emerge and rediscover my true nature. For you are my self-portrait, my ocean in the drop, and you and I are one. The next piece is called Kindness. The breeze takes wings, carrying our kindness when we share it. Church bells salute, resonating our goodness to humanity, while cemeteries recite requiems of her goodness. My mother lived a life of self-giving, sacrifice, and concern so intense they vibrated in the ether. Humans flocked to her funeral like songbirds, silently chanting her name, whispering the sweet virtues of her compassionate heart. Love's kindness flames dance within with the gracefulness of celestial nymphs. Heaven cascaded roses on a life of love. Earth rejoiced as one resonance to the unified voices at her tombstone. Kindness spreads like my mother's self-giving, enveloping the universe like giant carousels of light. Lantern says, when I was lost in my darkness, it was a candela of brightness that showed me the way. O kindness, stay within my soul, so together we can saturate this world with the light of love, erasing all shadows from the citadel of the eternal one. Next poem. I had a glass of wine with moonlight. My inebriation seemed real enough, yet the soul's longing for supernal sweetness remained unfulfilled. Encaged in a dark cocoon that shed my despair, a winter of frostiness coursed through my veins. I was in a void of non-doing, and the noise of silence became my bed of sorrows. My emotions trembled, a lost lover troubled by desires too numerous to explain. In the cemetery, my pride will be like bones together, experiencing the oneness I ignored so much in life. A fish, fueled by hunger, sees not the bait, but only the food in front of it, becomes lost in a fisherman's net of shackles. I think I'm weak, yet stars in the heaven, even though they appear to the child as fireflies in the distance, still light up the constellations, emblazons the nebulae with glory. I have a heart as white as snow, as vast as the indigo blue of heaven. yet I became helpless as the snow drifted like flakes, dancing at my demise in a firmament of darkness. Love has descended in my hour of need, dousing the flames of my mental Hades, cleansing the turmoil of my restless thoughts. I'm now married to its diamond rays of resplendent light, my spirit infinitely more charming than the hue of rainbows and sunsets. This one takes a look at poetry, just a tiny glimpse into poetry. It's many and varied, but this is just one little glimpse. I am a spark of spirit, and poetry is my own light, revealing itself in endless ways according to my calling, growth, or inner development. The kindergarten child may express in rhymes, pictures, or large letters, while the scholar may show an affinity to Blake, Frost, Neruda, Whitman, or much love for Shakespearean sonnets. Souls are unique, and I know of no defining boxes in poetry. Some masterpieces are born out of shootings at school, while others shed light on the disgrace of abuse. Prose, words in the best order. Poetry, the best words in the best order. Meaningful lines from Coleridge. Yet I see poetry riding on the ascent of the wave's crests just as much as in the graffiti on painted walls. It sings in the voice of the hummingbird and is adorned in a meadow of sunflowers. I find it in the charred ruins of war, etched in the eyes of the hungry and dispossessed. It is in the silent hush of stillness after a masterful display of eloquent words, in the heavy yoke of emotional traffic and the silence of the despairing. What determines good poetry? A moment. I think I have lost it. Yes, so it looks like I have lost this one. So I will move on to another one. Sorry about that. Enlightenment for the ignorant. The lyrical musician sang, "No woman, no cry." But the father with his two boys entreated, "Sing, no kids, no cry." The busker compromised, began singing, "No children, no cry." I looked at the man who showed no sentiments to the roots of Bob Marley's song, who to many represented their own trench town, like Babylon or Vietnam does to many. He knew naught of the hypocrites of good friends lost in challenges as volatile as tsunamis. Neither did he know of the tears of blood, the many sacrifices endured by both men and women, the mental pains burning through the night. Should we compare them to kids spoiled by the opulence of the West? They rose at dawn with the knowledge that their feet were their only means of transport, walking long distances to work or school, sharing a tiny meal together in order to pull through, having their showers from buckets or streams. He did not know that wealthy plantation owners of the 19th century treated their servants with disdain, that their scars were more numerous than the gullies and trenches they faced every day in their hearts of fortitude and concern. Trenchtown was famous for musicians and culture, yes, molded out of a global awareness of the impoverished and politically corrupt conditions, a divide and rule mentality in the 70s where politics became violent and poverty rampant. He said, "Sing, no kids, no cry." Did he understand why women wept in an environment which was soul destroying for many? Where they made compromises with honor, and one in which dignity wept for the hearts of precious toil, amidst an intensity of concessions to feed their hungry kids. Many felt their own belly aches, stared into the weary eyes of their children, dealt with pain just as cutting as the bigotry, injustice, and deep-seated challenges they face daily in order to survive. Yes, they cried, and who wouldn't? Faced with neglect, failed education systems, and men callous enough to make promises with forked tongues, exploiting the women's necessity to bow like trampled grass in order to make ends meet. I wonder if he knew this. Could he feel Bob's lyrical words of solace in this hauntingly beautiful and meaningful song? Reminiscences of the Beloved. The smooth scarlet sand kisses the white residual splash of crashing waves. The blue sky, the bright patchy clouds, stands majestically above the hills and foliage, glistening on the aquamarine waters below. Tonight I will carry these memories on the light winds of dewdrops, gently cradling your gorgeous cheeks. I will offer you my soul, the tenderness of love, as the indigo blue moon swallows the night with its dazzling rays. My old shadows have vanished, and the luminance of stars will dance with us amidst the nebulae of Andromeda. Hearts entangled, we will gaze at sunset meadows, look upwards at the radiance of the stars twinkling in the distance. I won't give you bluebells anymore, your favorite flower, like dance to the ballerina, like a goal to the football fan. Instead, we'll smile, look into each other's eyes as our souls blend in fiery passion, springing from this great agony of our yearning. This is enough. We know what we feel for each other, see it cemented into the cornerstone of great foundations, like fresh water from a well, like strong currents flowing, merging ceaselessly into the ocean's depth. As a child, I loved the heavens, sitting on his lap as Dad told Nancy stories way into the night. I was always a sucker for the pinnacle of beauty. Daddy, Daddy, I used to say, what is that up there in the sky? La Luna, my son, he would respond in El Hermoso Español. The moon? I'd like to fly to the heavens and play with it. My father would smile, console me by saying that one day it will come to dine with us, that we'll have a fiesta as estrellas, stars, sparkle in the heavens. And my soul bird would soar as I left my mortal frame behind, forgetting Brer Nancy, laughing aloud with shooting stars. Serves me well now, for you, me dulce luna, my sweet moon, has finally come to me, wrapped up in an effulgent array of resplendent grandeur. You adorn my love with the sugarcane juice of perennial sweetness, waltzing with the grace of celestial nymphs. Minstrels gather as we spin on luminous carousels of glittering rays, estrellas sparkling, multiplying themselves 1,000-fold, whispering symphonies of flute-like solitude into the mellifluous wine of her spirit. My final poem. This is the love that encourages my heart to open its light to your spirit like a blossoming flower, spreading its redolence to the cosmos. This is the love that blends like an indigo blue to the heights of the sky's vastness in the mysterious ocean of Mother Earth. This is not the love that fills my core with passion for those inevitable memorable nights, but the one that sings how much I need you in my long solitary days of aloneness. This is not the love at first sight, seemingly full of bewilderment, yet cracks like a broken egg with the autonomy of free speech. This is not the love of vintage wine, making one intoxicated in the wee hours of the morn, but the sweet breeze at daybreak, the melodic nightingales at dawn. This is the love of the magical gracefulness of Plesetskaya in Swan Lake, tugging at the wordless symphonies of heaven, whispering, come, let us dance together on the lapis lazuli of an enchanting moonlight. This is the love I feel at work while painting mirrors of your smile or togetherness, Your inner beauty transforming the turbulence of my mind into the moonlit radiance of perfect peace. This is the love of tender invitation to your gorgeously scented image inside this perfumed temple, so that the fragrance of the mellifluous breath continues to kiss my heart with happiness. This is the love that enfolds my cheek with intimacy, so that the silhouette of your imprinted flames will carve the delicate softness like fine silk into the ecstatic memory of my soul. Yes, this is the love that when I look into your eyes, I hear only the sweetest melodies of bluebirds, sparrows, and canaries, eloquently expressing concertos that we have always been together. And that was my final poem. This has been the voice of the lantern carrier. Thank you so very much, my Baiji, my brother Prasanna Kumar.